Of all the thousands of predictions Baba Vanga made throughout her life, one stands out. Not because it is the scariest. Not because it is the most impossible. But because she said the exact date. Day. Month. Year. April 15, 2026. Most prophets speak in decades. In eras. In times to come. But Baba Vanga, the blind seer with 85% accuracy, was specific in a way no other prophet dared to be. April 15, 2026, she said in 1989, is when everything that was hidden will become visible. Not around April. Not maybe in the middle of the year. April 15, 2026. Exactly 6 weeks from now. And what she said would happen on that specific day, will make you mark it on your calendar. Because when April 15th arrives, you will not want to be unprepared. Before I reveal what she saw, watch this video now. Because when April 15th arrives, you'll want to have seen this first. Share it with someone who needs to know what's coming. And if you're new to prophetic destiny, subscribe, because this channel reveals the dates others are afraid to mention. Baba Vanga. You already know her story. Blind at age 12. Visions that proved 85% accurate. Predicted events decades in advance. But there's something few know about her method. She didn't just make vague, broad prophecies. When something was really important, she gave exact dates. She did this with Chernobyl. She gave the year, 1986. She did this with the Asian tsunami. She gave the year, 2004. She did it with the date of her own death. August 11, 1996. The exact day. And in her personal notebooks, kept by her niece Krasimira, there is an entry from 1989 that has never been fully disclosed to the public. An entire page dedicated to a single date. April 15, 2026. Why this date? Why this specific day? Because, according to Baba Vanga, April 15, 2026, is not just another day. It is the day the veil is torn. The day when 5 events converge simultaneously. The day when humanity realizes that 2026 is not an ordinary year. And now, with only 6 weeks to go, it's time for you to know exactly what she saw. Let's begin. Event 1, the revelation the world has been waiting for. In 1989, Baba Vanga wrote. April 15, 2026. A powerful government will make an announcement. They won't say everything. They never say everything. But they will say enough that the world will never be the same again. She continued, it will be about what is above. About what has always been above. And finally, they will admit that we are not alone. For decades, this seemed like science fiction. But now, in 2026, with over 200 documented UFO sightings in the last 3 months, with the Pentagon admitting to unexplained aerial phenomena. With commercial pilots reporting objects that defy physics. April 15, 2026 could be the day. The day a government, likely the United States, makes the announcement that will change everything. We are not alone in the universe. Baba Vanga was even more specific. She said the announcement would be made when the sun is high in the northern hemisphere. April 15. Noon. Washington, D.C. time. She saw this 37 years ago. And there are 6 weeks to go. But here's what will really give you chills. Baba Vanga said that when this announcement is made, half of the people will not believe it. And this division will be the beginning of something much worse. April 15th isn't just about revelation. It's about division. And that brings us to the second event she saw for this exact day. Event 2, the line that becomes visible. Baba Vanga wrote about April 15th. On this day, the line that has always existed will become visible. Brothers will not recognize brothers. Families will be divided. And each will be sure that the other is crazy. She was describing a division. Not a normal political division. Not about parties or ideologies. A division about reality itself. When the revelation comes on April 15th, she said, some will see evidence. Others will see lies. And there is no bridge between the two. Think about it. If a government announces extraterrestrial contact on April 15th, half the world will say, finally, the truth. The other half will say, this is a hoax to control us. And Baba Vanga predicted that this division would be so deep that, by the end of April, families will have permanently split apart because of what they believe about that day. But here's the most disturbing part. She said that both sides would be partially right. The revelation will be real. But the way it will be used, will be manipulation. April 15, 2026. The day the line becomes visible. The day when humanity splits into two realities that can no longer communicate. And this division, sets the stage for the third event she saw. Event 3, when two worlds tremble at the same time. In Baba Vanga's notes on April 15th, there is an enigmatic phrase. Two tremors. One on earth. One in numbers. At the same time. And the world will understand that nothing is coincidence. Two tremors. For years, interpreters thought she was talking about literal earthquakes. But now, reading more carefully, the interpretation is different. A tremor on the earth, a geological event. Possibly a significant earthquake in a specific region she mentioned, where the dragon sleeps. Many believe she was referring to the San Andreas Fault. Or the Pacific Ring of Fire region. A tremor in the numbers, a collapse in the financial markets. Stock markets crashing. Digital currencies panicking. And here's what will freeze you. Baba Vanga said that these two events would happen at the same time on the same day. April 15, 2026. At 3 p.m. Pacific Time. A significant earthquake shakes the West Coast. At the same moment, global stock markets go into free fall. And people will realize, she said, that these events are not separate. They are connected. And something greater is orchestrating them. Coincidence? Baba Vanga didn't believe in coincidences. Especially not on April 15, 2026. Stop. If what you just heard is making you question everything. If you're realizing that April 15, 2026 isn't just another day. Hit that like button now. Share it with someone who needs to be prepared. And sign up for Prophetic Destiny, because the next two events Baba Vanga saw for April 15 go even deeper. And the last one, will touch your life directly. Event 4, when water decides who lives. One of Baba Vanga's most specific visions for April 15 was about water. She wrote, on this day, water will make a choice. It will not ask for permission. And when it chooses, entire cities will understand that nature does not negotiate. Water will make a choice. What does that mean? Baba Vanga described, on the 15th, when the tremor comes, the water will move. Not like a normal wave. Like a wall. And those who live where the dragon sleeps under the ocean, will have minutes. She was describing a tsunami. Triggered by the earthquake she predicted for the same date. But here's the detail that no one has noticed until now. Baba Vanga specified a time. When the sun is halfway through its descent in the west. At 3 o'clock. April 15, 2026. 3 p.m. Pacific Time. Earthquake tsunami minutes of warning. And she said something that will make you rethink where you live. The water will choose the cities that built on its former home. It will remember. And on April 15th, it will return to claim. Coastal cities. Built on areas that were once ocean. San Francisco. Los Angeles. Seattle. Vancouver. Baba Vanga saw the water returning. On April 15, 2026. At 3 p.m. And the scariest part. She said that only those who hear the inner warning will move in time. What is this internal warning? This brings us to the fifth and final event she saw for April 15th. Event 5, when the chosen ones sit together. And now, the most personal event Baba Vanga saw for April 15th, 2026. The one she guarded most carefully. What she called the real reason why this date matters. In her notebooks, she wrote. April 15th. 2026, at 3:33 p.m., something will change in the Earth's frequency. It will not be detected by machines. But it will be felt by those who are ready. At that exact moment, thousands of people around the world will feel the same thing at the same time. A chill. A certainty. An awakening. She was describing an awareness event. A moment when certain individuals, scattered across the planet, with no apparent connection, all experienced the same sensation simultaneously. Baba Vanga called this the sign. The sign that the awakening is no longer individual. It is collective. And April 15th is when it becomes impossible to ignore. And here's the part that will make you question everything. Baba Vanga said that, those who feel the sign at 3:33 p.m. on April 15th, will know exactly what to do in the hours that follow. They will move before the earthquake is reported. They will know where to go before the water arrives. They will recognize each other without ever having met. That is why she called April 15th, the day of separation. Not just a separation of beliefs. But a separation of frequencies. Those who feel the signal, and those who do not. So let me ask you something. If you're watching this video, if something in you was drawn to this information about April 15th. Maybe it's not a coincidence. Maybe you're one of those who is meant to feel the signal. And when April 15th arrives, at 3:33 p.m. Pay attention to what you feel. Because according to Baba Vanga, if you feel something at that exact moment, your life will never be the same again. So here is the truth that Baba Vanga saw for April 15th, 2026. At 12 p.m., the revelation, government announcement about extraterrestrial life. At 3 p.m., the double tremor, earthquake plus economic collapse. At 3:33 p.m. The water that chooses, tsunami on the west coast. At 3:33 p.m., the collective awakening, the sign is felt. And after 3:33 p.m., the division, those who felt it versus those who didn't. 5 events. 1 day. 1 exact date. April 15th, 2026. Baba Vanga saw this in 1989. And now there are only 6 weeks left. So remember the date. April 15th, 2026. Noon, the revelation. 3 p.m., the double tremor. 3 p.m., the water. 3:33 p.m., the sign. Baba Vanga wasn't speculating. She was documenting. And now you know. If this video impacted you, hit that like button now. Share it with everyone who needs to mark this date on their calendar. Subscribe to Prophetic Destiny and turn on notifications. And leave a comment saying, #April 15 if you'll be paying attention on that day. Because in my next video, I'm going to reveal what Baba Vanga said about May 3, 2026. And if April 15th is the day of revelation, May 3rd is the day of consequence. What she saw for that day will make April 15th seem like just the beginning. Mark your calendar, April 15th, 2026, 3:33 p.m. No matter where you are. No matter what you're doing. Stop. Feel. Pay attention. Because if Baba Vanga was right, and she was right about so many other things, then April 15th will be the day everything changes. And those who are paying attention will be ready. Stay informed. Stay prepared. And above all, pay attention to what you feel on April 15th at 3:33 p.m. Because prophecies are not about warning us about the future. They are about preparing us to recognize when it arrives. See you next time. And remember, you have been warned. April 15th, 2026. 3:33 p.m. Mark it. Feel it. Know it.